Morphine Jar. Okay, I'll give you that one.
I love how we named the villain cards, but speaking of villains, let's go ahead and get back in the duels here.
Guys, it's Molcharmi Foolos, duh.
Hey!
Sure.
Well,
It's not
any Molcharmi, really.
It's not Max C, is it?
Ooh.
Okay, we're having too much fun here, so let's go ahead and start with Christopher's turn here.
And activate the effect.
We're going to start off with the, I believe that is the Primero.
Okay.
Yeah, Primoa, excuse me.
So kind of a Stratos-like effect here, right? Normal summoning it to go ahead and search out a Solfachord monster and get, or excuse me, any Solfachord monster. Solfachord Happiness it is.
Happiness is one that can discard to search for 2 pendulum monsters with different scales.
And sometimes you go straight into the Solfachia in case your opponent has to like a Droll and Blackbird, you're able to keep playing, but maybe he already has one in hand or wants to use this to more maximize the search ability.
+1 up to the monsters you control.
Okay. Discard is cost?
Nope.
No, so yeah, the discard of the happiness is not cost. It's a part of the effect because you need to choose what effect you're going to use as essentially the cost of the effect.
Okay.
There we go for the Ash, stopping the happiness. And that does stop the summon as well.
Interesting little pause there. I wonder if he happens to have something like Called by the Grave in his hand that he wants to save for later.
Resolution.
Definitely wants to try to get as many monsters in play as possible here to start climbing up. We're going to go ahead and link off this Primoa here to go into, it looks like a Link Karibo.
Link summon for Link Karibo.
Gorgeous.
There we go.
Yeah.
Do we have the yummy cards in hand to keep playing
Special
through all
summon
this?
Cookie Yummy.
And there we go.
I already had it. Wow.
The Yummies are such strong
I'm gonna
extenders,
activate
but on resolution of the summon, we have Foolos. Molcharmi Foolos is going to make it very difficult for Christopher to actually create a full field here. If you do the full combo, you're giving your opponent a lot of draws.
The last time we saw Solfachord on the stage, it was a question of whether or not you should keep pushing, and unfortunately pushing too hard in the Molcharmi Foolos was the reason the duelist did not win that duel. Let's see what Christopher ends up doing now.
That's one of those things where when the pressure mounts, I mean, they still look calm on stage, but the lights are on, your back's against the wall. What choice will you make? We're going to give at least one draw here, so it looks like Yummy Way.
Of Cupsy Yummy Way.
All right, we're going to use the effect of Cupsy here.
Resolves.
Yes, Cupsy Yummy Way, there we go.
So search 2, discard 1. Certainly gives you a little bit of advantage there, and having a fresh Yummy on the field that can tag out into other monsters means you could slow this turn down and save those effects for later. Let's see what he ends up grabbing out first. Looks like it's going to be a Cupsy Yummy, and survey says...
Another cookie, maybe?
I think so, yeah, that's what he eyeballed. No, it's going to be a Marshmallow.
Okay,
makes sense to me. Get access to maybe some of the other spell cards. We can go Yummy to get
I will
the
discard
surprise.
Molcharmi Foolos.
Okay. And one of the nice things about the Cupsy Yummy Way is that if you have a Molcharmi in your hand, you can just discard it and not feel bad about it at all. Now we can special summon this because we control a level 2 Synchro monster. So the original Cupsy is now in the field searching for something. And the thing about the Yummy strategy, the Yummy archetype, is that even if there's a Foolos, you don't feel that bad just like passing on one Synchro monster and a couple of names in a rotation. You actually can play the game from there. So that's Christopher's call. Does he want to try and make more, or is he happy with just, you know, like this kind of half field, essentially?
I guess the question on Christopher's mind is, do I need to make Herald of the Arclight right now? He's in a kind of blind matchup. He doesn't know if it's going to be the most impactful card for him.
Summon Yummy Snatchy.
But we are going to go for the Snatchy, giving away another draw to Zachary.
Effect of Yummy Snatchy?
Yeah.
Looks like Zachary picked up another Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring that could come up depending on whether the effects of Cupsy Yummy Way tag into something that's searched out of the deck, like the Cupsy Yummy in the graveyard. Something
notable here is that because we are using the Snatch's effect here, I believe, to get a field spell, that means we're going to be locked out of using any Link 3s for the rest of this turn, meaning all of the Solfachord cards are off the table now.
Well, at least the Link 3
the big payoff of it all.
The Grand
Yes.
Solfachord.
When, synchro summon
they can still be used as like
But
extenders.
I like this. So we're not going for Mignon, which makes me think we're not going to
opponent's
continue to climb. We're instead going for Akruri.
Uh,
I always get that enunciation wrong, so apologies, everybody.
No worries.
But essentially, when we synchro summon, we can now destroy a card on our opponent's field. I assume that means that Christopher will be more comfortable having that half field, because this signals to me he's just going to try and synchro on his opponent's turn, use his kind of Book of Moon-esque effects, use his Destruction, use the Surprise to try and stop Zachary there and not give him too many cards.
And having the value of Marshmallow here, you know, the 1-2 punch of Surprise plus Marshmallow bring back Surprise is just super strong here to give you the bodies you need to do those quick effect synchro summons.
New chain, Marshmallow effect to add a Yummy spell trap back from grave.
That's okay.
So grab that Yummy Surprise back and certainly sets him up for next turn. And you're right, the Molcharmi Fuwalo is certainly dangerous, but a Molcharmi Purulio probably would have gotten a lot more done here. Not as popular this format, though.
Yep. But that's one of the things where it's like it's really good into the Yummy and even like the Mitsurugi Yummy, but not always great against everything else.
It just forces half boards, you know, and it's always better going second to play into half of what your opponent could have done versus what they totally could have done.
I will attempt to pass.
I like this. So pass turn from Christopher. Zachary's going to start with 6 cards, essentially a normal start. to the game, and Christopher, I mean, this is somewhat inhibited. We don't have the Herald or the Arclight on the field to start, but has pretty much everything else and can still get to Herald at some point, depending on how he wants to play this.
Yeah, we have the Surprise, the Okroki, and the Snatchy,
The
and who knows what that unknown set card could be as well.
Another Jokul.
All right, Jokul.
4 cards in hand?
4 cards in hand.
This will go ahead and give us a summon and a search if we want it.
Christopher considering his options.
I'm trying to see, does Christopher have 1 card in hand? I mean,
Yeah, it's just the one card in hand.
Okay, so that's going to make things nice.
And I believe it is unknown. I don't think even we know what it is.
Resolves.
So Cupsy Yummy Way will, the crane has dropped the little toys that I was carrying. It's back in the extra deck, and now we'll get those little fluff balls back on the field. I love the artwork of these cards.
They're so
good. They're
adorable. The synchros being the claw carrying the little treats. Yeah.
Yeah, fun fact, if you haven't stared deeply into your Yummy cards, they are all little toys in a crane game. Take a look at Yum Yum Yummies from Doom and Dimensions. It'll make a lot more sense of what's going on with this deck.
We were studying the artwork earlier at this event, and I did not realize just exactly how deep it went. And they're so cute, man. I love them.
So a really interesting set of chain links here. We're going to be bringing out the Lollipo Yummy Way, and then on resolution, once those Jokuls come, the Okroki will activate, giving us the ability to pop, like Steven said earlier. So this could be really good at stymieing this Jokul combo.
No triggers.
Okay, I will trigger Okroki, Chainlink 1.
There goes the Okroki, where the target is going to be
Jokul, and then Cookie Chainlink 2 targeting the other Jokul.
Yep, the Cookie being summoned back too off of that effect is also going to be getting rid of that monster. We just essentially blanked out all of Zachary's monsters.
Wow. Sugar Rush in full swing, so there's a full crash here too.
And if I'm looking at...
Is that lore accurate destruction right there? It's a Sugar Rush?
Yeah, it's a Sugar Rush or Sugar Crash.
Yeah, I like that actually, yeah.
And there's going to be the scoop from Zachary. If I saw his hand correctly, it was all non-engine.
Right.
With the Fist Bump of Destiny here, Zachary proudly proclaiming that they're going first. And what does the hand reveal? Ooh, we see some fun stuff in that hand, I think. Can't wait for y'all at home to see it, too.
I think I just saw a powerful trap card. Couple powerful trap cards. Wow, definitely a go for side deck.
Crystron Solfachord.
And now we're revealing. We see the Crystron Solfachord. So Christopher now has information. All right. It is Crystron K9.
I'll trigger the effect of Solfachord to dump.
And then we're going to activate the Solfachord effect here to go ahead and dump 2 Crystron cards from the deck to the graveyard. This can get things like something like Smigers. We can get access to the Inclusion. We could do stuff like Cluster that we can use to get back later. But we're going to go for the Solfachord and the Smiger. So Smiger will probably try to unlock something along the lines of our one-of Inclusion that we probably have in our deck.
And Solfachord can bring itself back from the graveyard, so this is a way to get more level 5 bodies on the field.
That's right. And it can also be a way to get things like on the field back into the graveyard that you want to be in there, like let's say River Stormer or whatnot.
It resolves.
Okay, and we're also going to
interesting that pause.
And also the wording, Christopher says, it resolves. I'm curious, because there is a certain card that after the resolution can try and do something.
Nothing in resolution.
Oh, but he does not have the Droll and Lockbird. I think I did spot it in Zachary's hand, though, if I'm correct. It's tough to see with the glare.
I'll activate the effect.
We'll see later if worse comes to worse. But we're going to go ahead and get the Noroi normal summon here because our opponent does control 2 or more cards in hand. And then on summon, that'll let us get another K9 monster.
Okay. Is he going to reveal the hand?
Getting rid of the Jokul to do so would probably be worth it so we can have more knowledge. But, ooh, the
Effect Baylor stay out of my hand.
Interesting call. Using it there instead of on something like the Solfachord. Or rather, sorry, the Solfachord.
More interested in protecting the secret that lies within his hand than he is resisting his opponent's card effects.
And you do side assuming you're going second, so there might be something very impactful in there. Based on the decisions, I'm getting excited to see what Christopher's turn looks like. But for now, we're still on Zachary's turn. How much is he able to assemble of his Crystron / K9 end field?
Resolution?
Yep, so we're going to use the effective Inclusion here. That'll give us an additional search there of a Crystron monster. If we wish to activate it. We don't have to.
I will overlay.
Yes.
All right, we're going to build the overlay network here.
K9 Ripper.
I like this. Doing it first because K9 Ripper can protect you from things like the Nibiru or even like an Ash Blossom if you really want the search to go off.
Especially since we were not able to use the Noroi effect earlier in the turn to actually get the hand knowledge. So now we're actually playing around the potential of having an effect from the hand.
And then on resolution.
And we're going to get Case here to get access to even more of our K9 cards.
Now, Christopher on the effect Veiler means that there's always, I just want to have it be on the radar, There's always the potential of something like a Nibiru Chain Effect Veiler, Nibiru Chain Infinite Permanence, things like that to stop the Ripper. So the fact he didn't want Zachary to see his hand, that signals to me Christopher has something very impactful that he wants Zachary to play into and not give Zachary the knowledge to play around it.
Yeah, and having like a second imperm, a second Veiler or imperm-like effect, and then also having the Nibiru would be super awesome to see out of him.
Certainly a bold strategy, but with one game up, Christopher has a little bit of room for experimentation. So even if it doesn't pay off here, you protected those secrets. You could even concede the game and just keep that hand secret from your opponent so they never know what your weird tricks are.
Targeting Noroi.
Ooh, but this Lantern bringing back the Noroi will give us the ability to try once again because we have the case for K9 now in play to send off the Noroi and get even more value since we're not sacrificing a monster.
True.
I will Noroi.
Yeah, now we're going to get that hand knowledge anyway, Chris. Sorry, your secrets are out.
So what was worth protecting? He's sighing. Does he concede or does he show? He shows.
It was the Nibiru.
I mean, the Ripper still answers anyway, but I suppose you're still trying to like make your opponent guess. Interesting. Not when I saw the Nibiru, I immediately was like, "Where's the Effect Veil? Where's the Imperm?" But not quite there.
Used it up a little too early, but you're absolutely right that. You know, maybe there was a version of this where he saved the Nibiru and then used the Effect Veiler, but I think he was just really specifically didn't want his opponent to see that he could do that before it happened.
Yeah, because if your opponent sees the Nibiru, even though you have Effect Veiler, what are they going to do? Just play around the Nibiru the entire time anyway? Or force you to go for that Effect Veiler and just save their big follow-up for after you're forced to nib. But here we go, the Inclusion. Going to go ahead and get that additional search of a Crystron monster now that we know that this Ripper can totally protect us from the Nibiru.
Yeah.
Zach is free to pop off here. We're going to go ahead and get the Tristaros added to our hand.
Interesting to see.
Link summon this time.
Yeah, because we never used the Noroid's effect to summon a K9 monster, we are not locked into summoning K9s, so we can summon anything with this.
Yeah. So Silhouette Rabbit, I guess grabbing some kind of trap monster of some kind.
Whoa! Apophis the Swap Deity!
That wasn't listed on the title of the deck, Crystron K9, but I guess we still have some of the Apophis stuff. You can run a very slim engine that's more focused on going first, and you side into it, and it looks like that is what Zachary's choosing to do. I love how much respect the Apophis traps have been getting lately.
I mean, it is just basically a free negate and a body on board that's at least 6 stars, I believe. So that can even add some fun synchro plays you can do.
And I will Inclusion, banish.
Yep, so we used the Solfachord to get rid of our Inclusion. Now we're using the Inclusion to bring back the Tristaros from the graveyard.
And here...
We're going to go ahead and Synchro Summon for a level 7 here. This could be for the Dawn Dragster.
Or El Skeletus.
Oh, of course it's going to be for El Skeletus, getting us access to our Crystron cards that were sent to the banishment. We're going to get back that Crystron Inclusion. All you have is one in your deck, don't worry. I'll use it again.
From your graveyard or banishment to your hand.
That's sure.
Seems good.
And now we're going to, if it's ever destroyed by card effect, you can summon a Crystron monster from your graveyard or banishment as well. But
I wish I had more
doesn't always come up.
Yeah.
So
he's running out of monster zones right now.
And
there we go. Now we do destroy.
Yeah, because we use the effect of Tristaros, summon out 2 level 5s, then we destroy on resolution of that.
Summon itself.
We're going to go ahead and bring the El Skeletus back using its own floating effect. So we can bring back any of our Crystron cards, itself included.
I'll attempt the Nibiru.
Ooh, here comes the Nibiru here that's going to force out the Riptor.
Yep. I mean, you kind of have to just to get rid of it. Then if you happen to have, like, maybe you draw a Mulcharmy Foolos or something, you can use it at the start of your turn.
Infinity?
Oh, not anymore.
Yeah.
You can't doing that.
Good old-fashioned Nova Infinity.
Set 1.
How about negating any effect? Ripper negates monster effects that activate in the hand or graveyard, but Cyber Dragon Infinity just gets rid of everything.
Machines still popping off. The old ways are still good, seeing Nova into Infinity. You don't see that every day, but with a machine deck with level 5s, yeah, you kind of do. But now we're seeing a kind of constricted hand for Christopher here where we know all the answers. Let's see what he draws and how he's able to come out of this.
Yep, so we had a Yummy Field Spell, a Marshmallow, and a Lollipo in Christopher's hand alongside the Nibiru. I wonder what we drew for turn, and is it going to be enough to fight through Zachary's impressive board here?
Something notable is that the Apophis Trap,
the effect of Marshmallow Yummy.
as Marshmallow Yummy is activated, the Apophis Trap is not going to get as much value because we have too many monsters on the field right now. So Christopher will need to clear some things before Zachary gets that. So really, currently what we're looking at, I mean, Cyber Dragon Infinity is a threat. And then we have like the K9, quick rank up abilities.
So because Zachary got Swamp Deity, that can just summon to the open monster zone, and because you have one trap monster, you can still negate at least one thing.
Oh, okay.
So the Swamp Deity, yes, could do more if you had Opus the Serpent on play first, but it can still negate something that's already in play.
But don't forget about the Silhouette Rabbit. The fact that it has the ability to destroy a spell or trap when a trap monster is summoned gives a little bit of decent stuff here because, look, there's the field spell. Now might be the time.
Yeah, because
That
now
is
we can
the
negate the
reborn
snatchy
grid.
effect while also
No,
blowing up
it's,
the
from
Croaky.
my-
Oh, that's the pop
That's
one.
the
That's the other
popping
one.
and the utility
That's right.
one.
Mignon
Yeah.
is the other one. Yeah.
And then I think we also have a, I don't know if I saw
here.
Zachary set cluster, but we all might also
will
have Crystron
activate
cluster. And because we control a
Canine Force
Crystron,
Release, targeting Ripper.
oh, we also have the rank up spell too that we totally forgot about. Force release, you're going to go ahead and werewolf here.
Top, I will XE summon Jax.
Or
Another
Jax,
resolution.
actually.
I will pop the Croaky.
And that'll give us a
Yeah.
pop as well. Before the Croaky can actually
Pops
resolve.
the Swamp Deity also says up to the number of other continuous traps you
Ah,
control.
so
So
he's
just
trying to
checking
slow it
that
down.
on Neuron to make sure.
Wait,
And
wait,
trigger
continuous traps
effective Jax
in
on
general,
XE
like not
summon,
on the
detach
monster
to
zones?
pop the Snatchy.
Because
if
he
we
has
have
a number of
cluster in
other
play.
continuous traps you control.
Which
So
would be
we
the
could-
Crystron.
yes.
Yeah, the cluster.
I hadn't thought about
Yeah.
that.
Yes, but Zachary did. Maybe that's how we got this far.
Interesting.
Super cool to see.
Again, it just shows the creativity of running this really small Apophis plus Silhouette Hat Rabbit kind of combo.
Continuous traps, they're the new wave right now, it feels like.
Normal.
So there we see the normal of
Normal
Lollipop,
Lollipop?
but facing down this scary of a board. I don't know if that
Normal
little guy's
Lollipop's
going to be
fine.
enough right now.
So while I was looking that up, I missed out. How did that Snatchy leave the field there?
The Snatchy was destroyed by the effect of Jax, I believe.
Okay.
And then
sure.
Force Release allowed you to destroy the Croaky.
Link
Makes
Rebo?
sense.
Summon is fine.
So nothing on the Link Karibo here. Where are we going with this? Gonna go ahead and special summon another Yummy monster.
We will be able to summon that Marshmallow that's in our hand, I believe.
Thinking
Or
about it
whatever
for
was
just a
your return.
moment.
Special summon Cupsy.
We drew Cupsy for
Very
turns!
good card to summon there.
That's a pretty good start, but we still have Infinity, and we still have potentially
yes,
a known
activating
cluster.
effect.
No.
Okay. And we definitely
And
still
in that
have.
case,
He said he's not activating
I'll
effect
activate
because the
Crystron
Infinity could
cluster,
stop. Here's the
targeting Link
cluster.
Rebo and
And
Cupsy.
because we control the
Oh,
Elf Colors, we can
no.
target two
And then
cards to
on
destroy,
resolution,
and that'll
I
get
will
rid of
shuffle
both
that.
of them. And we're going to be able to return the banished
We
Tristaros
go next
back
game.
into our
Okay.
deck, and we're going to see Christopher concede without the material in play. He cannot keep playing. all
Plenty
the way.
of time. Let's see how this finishes out.
No max C formation this time.
Ah,
I liked that one. That was the one that.
But
I
it
was
gave his
gonna go
opponent the Molcharmi Fuolo, so he's
with.
like, oh, bad
you're
luck, bad
right.
luck, bad
yeah,
luck.
you got to switch it up after
Stand
that.
by main.
All right, going straight into main phase here for Christopher. We're going to start off with the Solfachords like we did last time. They are probably the best normal summons you have.
I am
Promoa
going
is
to,
quite the summon.
Fortunately.
Oh no.
Set
four.
four, pass.
Whoa.
And
Whoa.
That's a
Okay.
switch up too.
So we did not draw
will
a
drop turn.
starter, but we did draw probably a lot of those
Draw,
siding
yeah. Do you have anything to
first
Well,
type
some,
of cards.
some of these could be bluffs just to make sure they have one card in
I
hand to
will
stop the
attempt to
K-Knights being
activate
able to be normal
Apophis the
summon.
Serpent.
Good point.
Wait, what?
Whoa, what's going on?
Did they swap side decks and we
This
didn't
one just sets
realize?
another from deck, right?
Yes.
That can be
Okay,
activated this turn.
if this is the meta read
Okay.
of YCS Pittsburgh, what a meta read. Everybody, we've been featuring the Tombkeeper cards so much, the Apophis traps, and now they're sneaking their way into decks that don't even have them in the name. Like, these are basically side deck tech cards, tech options, to just give you these going first pushes.
While giving you
That's
extra
incredible.
bodies.
Yeah,
Like,
while
you
giving you
know what that
protection,
does.
yeah.
There's a lot of Tombkeepers here. I wonder if they got the
Stats on it.
tattoos.
16, 18. Any other effects
I
on this
believe,
thing?
yeah, only the man
On
with
that
the
one?
mark is allowed to have those ones. I don't
That's
know.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Both of these players on these similar side deck options of, and I'm assuming that means Christopher has something like Silhouette Rabbit in his extra deck now too. Very
Yeah.
cool to see.
But it did not give a starter. It's cool to see, but now Christopher's going to have to try and survive a turn against Zachary, who knows he's going second, like
Jokel?
Jokel activation,
another Jokel.
revealing another Jokel. This is how game one went, and it did not end well for Zachary.
Blast from the
Jokel.
past.
Jokel.
We have a Blast from the Past from game 2 and a Blast from the Past
I
from
resolve.
game 1. Also, it's worth noting too that the Apophis cards kind of play really well going first into a lot of the common breakers
I'll activate the
people are
effective
playing. You know, they're not affected by Dark Ruler no more. They're only
will
really affected by spell and trap
change-
removal.
Not
but that's
affected by,
really easy
like,
to stop.
Droplet, things like that.
Yeah.
So using Infinite Impermanence, everybody keep a lookout on the top extra Monster Zone column because it
Resolve.
is that. There's no bubbles in this screen, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But that does stymie everything there.
Infinite Impermanence will stop the Jokel search, and now Zachary can go for a rank 5 play or try and play more cards from hand.
But the Swamp Deity can stop that rank 5 play, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Commanded the extension. Zachary needs cards in hand. To keep
I mean, you
playing.
could just try and like go into battle phase here and try and clear some things. I'm blanking on the stats right
16,
now.
18 for Apophis the Serpent, and then 20, I believe, 18 for Swamp Deity, or
So
something
Swamp
like that.
Deity is 2,000 attack,
Yep.
2,200 defense.
2,200 defense, but the
2,200 defense.
but Serpent is just 16, 18 like the regular
have a play.
Apophis.
Little
Yeah,
does
16,
Christopher
18.
know, he did such a
I
huge
will
job slowing things down with
normal
getting rid of the
summon
case for
Molcharmi.
K9.
Whoa! Normal
Whoa.
summon Molcharmi.
Yeah, and I think
Fulos.
you can probably see that now because,
let me
again, there's not really anything else in Zachary's hand that's going to keep things
Yeah.
moving. There's a Droll and Lockbird, it
That
appears to be,
is
a
good.
Dark Ruler no more, and a Called by the
I will
Grave.
attempt to leave
That
the
doesn't
main
really
phase.
help.
That is
Attempting to
also
leave
good.
main phase, which makes you think Zachary
will
might not know the
attack
stat line
the,
of
focus
Apophis to Swamp
with
Deity,
Jokel.
because you're not going to be able to get over it with just a Jokel.
Yes.
Then I'll declare an attack.
But
with
you
Flawless
do when you do
Direction.
clear the Apophis Serpent, which gets the continuous trap off of the field,
Yeah.
so that means the Swamp Deity can no longer
The
negate
negation
something.
effect, yeah. It's still, yeah, when you put it that way, actually, that
2000.
does make a lot of sense. Unless you're going for like a
22.
Zeus play, I like this a lot.
I will activate a poke. Oh, I can't.
Yeah,
It's
so
only
you
main
can.
phase only, yeah.
Correct.
I will take the damage.
Yeah, so all the
Oh.
Apophis cards are also main phase only for what it's
100.
worth.
Good
But you
catch
but,
right there.
but you can't XZ summon during the
2,000
battle
more
phase
after
anyway.
that.
Yeah.
21.
Takes 21
So
damage.
Love it.
5,900.
Jokel
currently.
and the Molcharmy
Yes.
Fuolos.
So Zachary employing kind of a playbook to play
Yep.
around Nibiru, but using the same thing to get around these
No, not for
Apophis
that.
traps.
No, no, no.
They're limited to the main phase effects, so you just clear it during the battle phase and then get back to work.
And I believe
No,
the
he's
Apophis the
Zach.
Serpent
I'm sorry, Chris.
still gives the effect to Swamp Deity to be able to be activated this turn, even if it's not in the field, for what it's worth. The reason why you couldn't activate it was its main phase only.
One card in hand.
Wow,
Yes.
just some
Yes,
interesting
correct.
stuff going on in this duel, and I think what I saw
phase
is
2.
true. I'm seeing a lot of interesting card choices here from Zachary, but it looks like we're going to link summon.
Yep, we're not locked into anything right now, so
Yeah.
it's totally free to
I
do
will
so.
summon SP Little Knight.
Classic.
Yes.
Summon successful.
We have entered the grind game whenever this card comes out.
So
one.
I'm assuming
And
Zachary
I'll pass
just
my turn.
because you saw the rank 5 play you could have tried to go for, but you just assume it's not going to go off, so you'd rather have the SP.
Well, the only one that
Before
could really
you
give him
pass.
extension
Still
is,
in
I
main.
believe,
Yeah.
Riverstormer, and we
will
believe he
flip
sided
the
out of all of his
Apophis.
Crystron cards, so it doesn't
True.
do anything anymore.
Just
Yeah,
a guess, but I haven't seen a Crystron yet.
And
if
we
you're
did
not
use our
something
normal
like the
summon already,
Nash
too.
Knight cards, then yeah, you can't really go to much.
All right.
Yeah,
I think
I'll
what's
still attempt to
also
pass.
interesting is that if you see your opponent set that many cards face down and they get to go first, you might think that they've side decked into something like Solemn Warning or Solemn Judgment.
True.
True.
So if you commit to the Exceed summon, you're giving everything up. Maybe they have their life
Stand
points,
by.
but you're still in a losing position.
Main.
Yeah.
Yep.
This way you at least keep a 2000 deck body on the field. And Christopher has to draw into something that will actually get the engine online,
Yes.
because he didn't have anything in that first turn.
And I believe there's nothing a singular Swamp Deity can make because it's just a.
I will attempt to enter battle.
It's not considered
I mean,
a
it can
token.
clear the
it's-
SP.
It is big enough to clear SP. That is very true.
End of main phase is fine.
I will attempt to attack the SP.
All right, that'll deal
I will take
400 big
400
ones
damage.
over to Zachary, bringing him down to 76. Like I said, we have entered the grind
What-
game in this game 3
What
here.
an interesting game state we're in right now. It is game 3 of a do or die best of 3
Main phase
feature
two?
match
Yeah.
between Solfachord
hand?
Yummy, Crystron K9, both of which have flipped an Apophis trap during this best of 3 series. I did not expect this going in, especially with how simplified the game state has become, but sometimes this happens in Yu-Gi-Oh! And you got to appreciate when it does, because it's rare and it's very, very interesting to see who's able to get out of this kind of sticky situation first.
I will say this Jokel being in play for Zachary is super huge because
I
we will be able to
will
use its effect on the next main
normal
phase to go ahead and
summon Droll
search
and Lockbird.
for a
Oh,
non-Aqua K9, but that's a normal summon Droll and Lockbird. First we had normal summon Fua, now we have normal
Summon
summon Droll.
They are monster cards, but they're not
Now,
doing
what's-
much else.
Yeah, he can go into like a Link 1. I don't believe he can make Silhouette Rabbit, because I think it needs to affect monsters, if I'm correct, and
Yep.
the Apophis trap it counts as a normal monster.
Yes. Well, we could still make Link Garibo. And then
Yes.
if we have a Yummy card in our hand, we could pop off with that.
Yeah, that would be...
But then why wouldn't we do that in the main phase?
Oh,
We
but-
didn't
Will
have one.
make Link
This
Spider.
works too. Okay,
because it's
yeah.
a normal monster.
It's
with
a
no effects, so
normal
that
monster.
actually
There
is
we
to
go.
its benefit.
Yeah, Christopher's aware and
I
has built
will
the extra deck with that in
Attempt
mind.
to summon Cupsy Yummy
Ooh,
Way
and it's a
for the
Link
effect.
1, which means we can go ahead and synchro summon Cupsy Yummy Way and get access to our Yummy that way.
That's slick. I like that a lot.
Can I see-
gorgeous.
Great deck construction and taking advantage of the fact that he had a normal monster on the field going into Link Spider, who has been the starter of so many different combos since it originally came out so many years ago. And yeah, I mean, he just kind of found a way to get into the Yummies where he didn't have a single Yummy in his hand. I hadn't seen one for 2 turns.
I'm telling you, this duel is breaking my brain in the best way. Because I
believe
see the
that.
Apophis traps, I'm like,
Cupsy
oh, he's going to
Yummy.
go into Silhouette Rabbit to
I'm
set
thinking
more of
on
those. But
second
no,
phase.
he's on the Yummy deck. Like, of course he's going to go into the
I will
Cupsy Yummy
add
Way using the Link 1 as a tuner. And yeah, like you said, this gets everything online.
I will
Like
add the
now the
Marshmallow
Yummy cards. If there's nothing in Zachary's
Thinking
hand that
of
can top
this
this with that face down card, like this is going to be an impressive field that Christopher can set up in main phase 2 that Zachary will try and have to break.
Feels like a
Discard the
scripted duel for a
Marshmallow.
modern-day anime featuring just modern-day TCG
It
cards.
really does.
Yeah,
it
this
really
is so
does
wild.
feel like, yeah, this is like an episode. That's how much back and forth there's been.
We got our Droll and Lockbird here after the Cupsy Way.
Droll and Lockbird.
That could deny us access to Surprise, which would be pretty huge.
That's nice. It doesn't shut down the entire
Chain
turn,
called
but
by the
it's
grave on
nice.
Droll and Lockbird.
Oh, but we don't want to allow it.
Chaining called by.
Now it's going to be
big.
funny because we know that Zachary, I believe, has a call by the grave set in that middle column.
Oh, is that what? Oh, that's
I
very
believe it is.
funny.
So, yeah, so it's just
very
been
funny.
trading like the most random stuff. It's like a mirror match, but nobody would expect that given the names of the decks on screen.
Oh, I am loving this right now. This is incredible. So we're going to actually link away the Cupsy Yummy Way into the Snatchy.
So we can summon the Cupsy from hand, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the effective Snatchy to go ahead and get the field spell.
17 minutes still left on
Will
the clock,
place
so plenty of time to
Yummy
duel.
Music and a Croaky.
So we're going for the Croaky, not the Mignon. So that means that we're going to try and just have more interruption. And if we can make a synchro, we can either take out the Jokel or that back row.
You definitely want to get that Jokel off the board. That
I will
represents the
special
follow-up
summon
for the
Cupsy
K9
Yummy
engine,
and
I
declare
think.
That's fine.
So this is why we called by the Droll and Lockbird, because we want to
will
search that
add-
surprise. I'm assuming surprise.
Definitely. We have the Mao already
Yummy
engraved.
surprise.
Oh,
There it
yeah.
is. Yep.
Oh, but with that call by the grave that I think is face down, that actually could be to his detriment if he uses the effect to try to revive anything from the graveyard, because he can stop that.
We should synchro summon into a way first, so that way we can actually tag out if that were to happen. So we can kind of dodge the call by.
Well, seems like he heard ya, because here comes some
We'll summon
ways.
Lolly.
It just feels
Yummy,
like correct
declare the
regardless,
effect,
because you
and
want to be able
chain
to
a
get the
Croaky
tag online as
targeting
quick as
Jokel.
possible. And you can also just use the Croaky to pop the Jokel as well.
So he had just
Does this
did. A
target
Croaky
engrave?
is
Does not.
targeting
I
the
have
Jokel, and it does not
4
target
names
engrave to
currently.
summon.
No.
So that called by will not
Results.
actually shut down, unfortunately.
But I believe Surprise does target, and so it would be
Surprise,
more
I
valuable
think,
there.
does, yes.
Just a reminder that we are locked out of summoning Link 3s, but that doesn't necessarily matter for the Yummy
Will
portion of this
synchro
deck.
into Martial Metal Marcher and use the effect to target the Yummy Synchro Engrave.
Very nice. Going to go ahead and bring back our Cupsy Yummy Way
Resolve.
using the Martial Metal Marcher.
Now that targets, but we are not going to use that face down called by from Zachary. He's got
Right.
one card in hand, a
Anything
called
here?
by face down. At least that's what we assume it is based on what we had seen on our screen.
And the last card in hand, I believe, is also Dark Ruler, for what it's worth.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah, it
believe
better
it
be a
is.
good card that he
I
draws
mean,
into.
Will
That's
activate
actually
Yummy Surprise,
fantastic.
special
If we
panic
can draw into something
Yes.
like I mean, I guess you really hope your opponent keeps 2 cards in their
I
hand at
will
that
activate
point,
Marshmallow
because we
Yummy to
really
add
only have
Yummy
the
spell
canine
trap
stuff
back from
left,
grave.
but there's
Yes.
a chance it's good.
Add back to the Yummy Surprise.
Yep, so Surprise is back in Christopher's hand after using that Marshmallow. I mean, this represents
Res?
Fine.
Herald of the Arclight as well.
Yeah.
I feel like based on the tempo of the duel, Christopher's got to be wondering if his opponent's got Nibiru the Primal Being,
I
but
will
he's still
summon
pushing
SP Little Knight,
forward.
Target your set card.
Oh, here it comes.
Yep. Called by has been targeted by the SP Little Knight. This is the last time to do it. And we also get to confirm if it is
SP
called
Grave?
by.
Of course.
Yeah, it just also
Oh,
gives
now
us
he's seeing the
food.
graveyard. Yeah, that definitely confirms it to me that I saw a call by.
Think on Call by the Grave activation.
Usually
I
just
don't know what
saying.
you're talking about.
Fair enough.
Ha!
I love that.
They're still
I've got a
laughing.
Millennium Eye, but he's got a Millennium Necklace.
I mean that's Christopher's read of what that set card could be. Because what else would it be? If it was any trap card, he would have activated it way long ago. If it was any K9 card, he would have used it during his turn. If it was any Crystron card,
Since
we
that
definitely
is
would have
what it is,
activated
it
it.
won't work.
I know.
So.
Yeah. I could go. That'll
Okay.
Because basically, if he activates it now, we're just going to go ahead and float back into the other guys anyway, and then just
Yeah.
get the synchros
Yeah.
back and then do it again
I
on his
will
turn.
set a
You're
card.
just making it worse. Yeah. Now he doesn't get to attack directly, at least not do any damage
I
because
will
of the
attempt
SP
to
Little
pass.
Knight. So
And we're not
pass him.
making the Herald immediately. We're gonna have to try and climb into that. But that Dark Ruler will be big. How many in hand?
One.
For Christopher?
One for Chris.
Ooh, that's not good for Zachary.
Yeah, no normal summons of K9s right now, but if we can force Christopher to activate a card from the hand, which he doesn't necessarily have to right
my
now, it could be
Yeah.
pretty rough.
Main phase is fine.
I think we tried picking a
Cross my
Roy.
turn.
Oh, nope, we did not. We're just going to go ahead and
In
pass
this
it.
Oh.
Wow.
I will activate Yummy Surprise to Reborn.
All right, we're going to go ahead and bring back one of our Yummies from the graveyard using the surprise
I
here.
will
It's going to be
activate
that
the effective
Marshmallow.
Marshmallow
Marshmallow, recycle that surprise. The same old
I will
song
add
and
the
dance we've been
surprise.
singing all tournament long.
Would you like to still pass?
It's still in the end phase
We're in
now.
end phase.
Cards
Cards
in
just
hand?
clarifying. 2.
Yes, so that
And-
that happens
end phase,
in the
yeah.
end phase,
That's
not
good.
in the
Draw.
attempt to leave main phase.
Yes.
Worth noting.
And I have to say, at this point, when I'm looking at this
stand by.
field, I'm looking at 2 cards in Zachary's hand, having seen what they are, I have to predict Christopher can take this one. Back against the wall, very close back and forth match. Opening hand in Game 3 was set for pass, and Christopher was still able to find his way to use the Apophis engine and a Droll and Lockbird to get into the Yummy cards.
I
Now,
will
can he
activate
get
Yummy Surprise
enough
special
damage
summon.
on the field now?
Zachary effectively just hoping that his opponent just doesn't have enough numbers on the field, but we are seeing more and more bodies pile up in the monster zones.
And now we are unlocking the field spell Mignon, which is going to be able to give us the damage we need to go for game here.
Bigger numbers.
Yummy Mignon targeting the Marshmallow Engrave.
We're going to target the Marshmallow that's in our graveyard to go ahead and summon it back to the field.
And that's going to give us 1,500 attack on every monster, plus the SP. I believe that will already just be damage, but he can still go for more.
Yeah, it's at least plus
I will
45.
attempt to go to battle.
What's already in play. We're going to go straight into battle phase here. And we're going to represent a bunch of damage.
600.
So we have 600 from the Herald.
Showing him the math.
7,000.
Another 12.
Yep. 16.
We have 16 coming from the SP.
So you 54.
54 total.
Yep.
Zachary trusts but verifies here as we count down the life points.
I will attack 1, 2, 3.
So it's going to be 27 with the MOA.
27.
Yep, and it's going to be another 16, I believe, from the Snatchy.
Puts you at 27? Yeah.
Half of 54 is 27.
Yeah.
And then...
And then I will attack for 23.
23, we only have 400 left, but we still have the Snatchy.
So we can put a coin in the machine
No,
here.
I see. I forgot to. I should have got rid of that Snatchy. It can't attack directly.
That's right, the Snatchy is unable to
yeah.
attack directly, so we are still going here. Unfortunately, Christopher misses the going for game shot.
That is unfortunate right there. I thought that Christopher would have it, but yeah, not being able to attack with one of those.
Thinking before I leave battle.
Ooh, I wonder if he could have kept going. I mean, he can go for like another synchro off of the Snatchy and the Marshmallow and tried to have gone for more, but...
Do you think he can make Giant Mimigul and burn for 1,000?
Not everybody plays that.
Probably not. But, I mean, still, at this point, if Zachary is to come back, we know he's got a level 5. I think Jokel's, like, one of the only cards, maybe Case for K9 is the only card that can, like, really get it, and there's still going to be a surprise that can bounce 2. It's still going to be a very uphill battle for Zachary. A little tough for Christopher to not find it right there, but let's see how far Zachary can get on his turn.
But speaking of getting far, Zachary very heads up to be like, no, I don't see game. I'm not going to concede just because I see a bunch of monsters.
Back in your deck?
Yep, so we're going to use the light pole to shuffle the Fua back into Zachary's deck, give him one more card that he does not want to draw.
Just that little % chance of, no, you don't want to see that, especially when the heart of the cards is the only thing that may be able to save him here, considering he's just got...
Well, I mean, we have Dark Ruler no more. All we need is a way to start playing Zachary, and we could probably be unfettered here, besides maybe the known surprise.
One of the most clutch comebacks of all time, maybe about to happen on screen.
I mean, I would say this has to be the most, by far, that I've ever seen in my life, if Zachary can come back from this type of situation.
Into the Silhouette Rabbit.
We're going to make the Silhouette. Are we going to get another one?
Yeah, so not a Link 3. You can't link up to Link 3 once you use the Snatchy effect, but you can go to a Link 2 Silhouette Rabbit.
Are we going to get Azuroon statue? That'd be super sick to see.
It would definitely prevent any Xyz shenanigans there.
Link the...
Oh, it looks like he's not going to use the effect on Summit.
Might not have one left in deck.
Yeah, he might not.
Targets.
Okay. Might just be a monster that can't be destroyed by battle that is just going to sit there. And also,
I will pass.
If we have another continuous trap face down, do we at least get this back row destruction?
Nope.
I think he just drew a Case for K9.
He sure did.
I will activate Yummy Surprise.
Okay.
Do special summon.
Really?
Yeah.
Using it a little early, not waiting to see if his opponent has anything.
That might come back and bite him.
Well, but he's still got the Herald of the Arclight, one of the strongest monsters of the
But surely a card like Dark Ruler no more won't stop
checks
it.
that.
But he doesn't know that it's there, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. From his perspective, he thinks he's safe.
I want everyone to strap in because I think Zachary, because of the sequencing from Christopher, actually might have the answer here. Every monster effect will be negated, and we have the ability to get 2 level 5s on the field unless Christopher does something here.
There's the Case for K9 being activated. Christopher giving it a quick read. It does need to be on play to resolve the effective search.
It's got to be like an Ash Blossom.
Dominus Purge.
That works too.
Wow.
And we have a trap card in the grave. It'll be destroyed. And sent to the grave. What's the last card in our hand?
2.
We have 2 cards. Normal Summon Joko. Declare the effective search.
I don't know.
That is fine.
If that gets us
good.
We can do like a Typhon play, I suppose.
We can
We summon the Linkuriboh and the Silhouette Rabbit.
We can get Lantern. We have Joko in the graveyard.
Lantern.
We have a Joko in the graveyard. We can summon it back out.
I was completely blanking. This is actually huge for Zachary.
Lantern effect.
Yep.
And then Lantern can search for another K9 spell card that's going to give us access to the Force Release.
That gives us the search for the Speller Trap.
Or we
Joko
just
was
get
able to
another
get us to the
case for
Lantern,
K9.
another case for K9, and Zachary might just be back in this.
And the consistency of the deck, as I looked through, I did not see very many Crystron cards, so I think he did hard commit to basically playing a pure K9 Go second build. And that's actually helped out here, including the cards like the Dark Ruler and more, but also the fact that you just drew into K9 cards, which got us right here.
We can make Zeus, guys. We can go attack with Ripper, make Zeus in main phase 2, and just get rid of every card Christopher has.
Holy moly.
Again, we said it would be one of the biggest comebacks in the history of a YCS. I've never seen anything that crazy. I was about to say, I actually don't think you clear any monster zones because now Nibiru is live. If you had not given any monster zones, Nibiru can't even come out. But I guess in main phase 2, they would have been able to if you had gone for the Zeus play anyway, so.
Lanterned, right?
I lantern.
And you jokeled.
And I jokeled.
But also, like, if you nib, you lose all your monsters too.
True.
Did you jokel?
Tribute all, and if you do, then
hand,
special
though, right?
summon.
You just normally.
I didn't summon Jokel from hand with its own effect.
Okay.
Yep,
Oh, also, I suppose, yes, I was definitely overthinking that one too.
No worries, it happens. So, Christopher's just getting an assessment here of how the Jokel was summoned. It was normal summon, so we could, maybe if we get access to another Jokel, summon it from the hand using its own effect. If we have another level 5 monster.
Chain, even though it's negated.
That's fine.
That's true. We can still pay the cost to return to the extra deck. It just will not fully resolve. Make sure we can keep those monsters out of the graveyard. Oh, baby.
Wow, look at that 2
6
Raigekus.
minutes.
Wow.
Always leave the door open for your opponent to misplay. You're never out until you're out.
I mean, again, Christopher almost seemed surprised when Zachary did not scoop. He was like, "Go battle phase.
Yeah.
This is enough." And Zachary said, "Show it."
Yeah.
And he didn't have it. He wasn't able to attack with everybody. So Zachary still makes it to
phase
another
2.
turn. And then Christopher throwing out the surprise meant that you don't have the bounce effect anymore to
not
stop Zachary's one
unless
play,
there's an
which was
extra card
Dark Ruler
that does
into the Jokel.
So we see the power of Dark Ruler no more this format. Certainly a different kind of board breaker, but when we do have things like Herald of the Arclight in the format, it is a good insurance policy. And there's the Zeus.
In main phase 2, Zeus.
Thinking here.
Yeah.
We could just fire this off. We do lose our
Zeus is fine.
Jokel. If we do this.
I
Now we know Christopher was on things like Effect Veiler. Maybe he still has those in.
will attempt to end my turn.
Oh, Zachary just goes
Nibiru.
to end, and there's the Nibiru.
In the main phase 2.
Nibiru.
Yeah.
You could make the token smaller.
That was 5 summons exactly.
That was 5 summons. Yep, Christopher is right.
3,
4, 5.
Yeah, 4. I guess technically 6 because of lantern.
Yes.
So
This is
would you
pretty
like
big
to
here. We're
chain
almost speechless here at the
Zeus?
guess because this
Or
is a Yu-Gi-Oh match that I did not
let it
expect to
go?
see here.
I'll let it go.
One that is defined by non-engine,
3,000
grindiness, and
plus
everything else in
2,000.
between.
So Zachary, I think
gonna be
this
very
makes
big.
sense. You let it go.
Yes,
You
we'll
want
do
the
it.
token to be as
Nibiru
big as
token.
possible, and it will be pretty
How
big.
much attack?
Most likely in defense position, but even just
5,000
with
from
the
my
Zeus,
side?
that's going to be a decent statted token in
Well,
defense position.
well, correct me if I'm
21,
wrong, but
this
does
is 24,
does
this
Nibiru
is
token
8,
do original attack or does
32.
it do current
So
attack?
how much? You said 26?
I believe it's original attack.
Okay, so that means the minion boost doesn't
5,000
matter.
from my side, so
5,000.
that would've been very
82
funny.
attack. And the defense is 600 from me.
and then 49 from me.
Much
So
easier to count the defense
55
considering.
Defense.
So 82.55.
An 8200 attack point token. Well, we already saw Zhao Long put a
I will
token into
place it
attack mode
in
to win the
defense.
game once in this tournament on day 2. I wonder if we're going to see it again. Obviously not Zhao Long, but if this
Yeah.
Nibiru token attacks
Well,
for
then
game, that'd be pretty sick to see. Because notable,
And I
what kind of
have
extension does Christopher
normal
have? We
summons
lost
turn,
access to our surprise. I don't know what the known
Case's
card in
turn.
Christopher's hand
I'll pass
is.
my turn.
Do we have any way to get back to our cards?
I will.
I mean, we have the Solfachord
Draw phase,
side of the deck still. It looked like a spell
Standby.
was drawn. So if we drew
Yeah.
Solfachord Happiness, that could still get us there.
Actually, I think we still have, do we still have surprise in hand? Because we've
I
oh,
will
yeah,
Croaky.
we do have surprise in hand because we brought back Mao to bring it back,
by
so we have surprise.
Cupsy, Yummy Way.
yes.
And
So let's
a
recycle some
Snatchy.
Synchro Monsters here.
Okay. Yep.
Recycling the Cupsy, Way, and Snatchy back into the extra deck.
Place on the bottom.
Yep.
And now we can go ahead and go for
I
the
will
surprise to bring back
surprise to
Cupsy.
special.
Yeah.
Cupsy here, get access to the
I will
other
summon
young
Cupsy Yummy, use
lads.
the effect to search.
Yes.
And then all we need is 400 damage for Christopher.
Zachary's very
We'll
low.
Oh, we
Has
we
he
know
rip-
the hand too. It's Case plus Naroi.
Yeah, but
That's-
Christopher has to win this turn because
Right,
with only
nothing graveyard
3.5
in
minutes or so on the clock left, I mean, he has got to cover
add a
up the
marshmallow.
last few hundred that he failed to do.
But this is the moment where, again, the human factor comes into play. Stressful situation. You missed the 8,000 damage on your last turn. You have 3 minutes on the clock, and you know that you're up against the clock. So you want to move fast enough to win, but you need to also go slow enough that you can actually deal with a giant Nibiru token.
Now
There's
we'll
a right way to
marshmallow
do it.
effect. Add the surprise.
We've already activated the surprises effect this turn to summon, so we need to find
I'll
another
use
way to
Snatchy
clear this
to place field
token.
spell.
Yeah.
We're going to have him replace the field spell with the Akroki. Once we do a
Yep.
Synchro Summon, we
Yep.
can pop the
Yep.
token,
There we
attack with
go.
our own Nibiru for game.
I will use Snatchy Effect the Synchro Summon.
Okay, 100.
Best 100 life points you ever paid.
Say hello to
I'll
Lollipo.
use Lollipo, Yummy Way, Chain Link 1, Akroki Chain Link 2, destroy the token.
There we go.
Resolved.
Open field. Christopher just needs to go battle phase.
I'll attempt to go to battle.
And there
GG.
it is, Christopher.